This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning.
Welcome to our podcast. It might be afternoon where they're listening, Shaun. People listen to this at any
Sorry
time of the
about
day.
Could be evening.
What time is it, Ross?
Morning.
When? Where?
Now. Well,
Not everywhere.
For us, for our point of view right now, morning.
Morning.
But-
Morning.
Morning.
Hello to everyone.
Hey, what a morning we had. We kicked it off with Ari Gold on our program today.
Amazing.
He's
It was supposed to be a pre-record before the show, but there was some technical difficulty. And in fact, we had technical difficulty when we tried to connect with him. But once we got talking to him, what a great guy.
Jeremy Piven.
I
Yeah.
know. How good's that? We talk about what happened on your watch, inspired by a house fire when the house sitters were in charge. It wasn't their fault, but it's a tough phone call to make to the owners. And then then we hear a lot of stories about deceased animals.
Yeah.
So if you're sensitive to that, you might want to skip through that. And you will hear me talking about my cat's butthole. I'm sorry about that.
Ross, how did you feel about the cat's butthole? It got brought up a lot this morning.
I also showed you the photo.
Right while I was eating cornflakes as well. So if you're eating, no matter what the time it is, you could also skip that. You can skip a lot today.
You can skip a lot.
I mean, it is a bit of a concern when the words butthole and gaping are used in the same sentence.
you were the only ones using it too.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Plus, not being invited to something, and we talk about that as well. We know him as many things, but probably most notably Ari Gold on Entourage. The one, the only, Jeremy Piven joins us now. Good morning, Jeremy.
Morning.
Have you got us, Jeremy?
Jeremy, check 1, 2.
He's walking around an
Yeah, he's
apartment, it
walking
looks
around
like.
his
A bit
house.
of a
Looks
warehouse
amazing.
type of setup.
We can see.
Jeremy, how are you?
You got us? No, we've got his video.
Everybody, we can see him. Ari Gold, we can see him right now. Jeremy Piven,
so
the man
Jeremy,
himself.
check 1, 2.
He's going to have...
Check.
Hey,
there he
Jeremy
is.
Piven.
Sorry, one little
Hi,
button.
Jeremy. How are you?
Oh, man. I'm living the dream.
The technical dream that you can't speak to the people you'd like to speak to?
No, I haven't slept just thinking about this interview.
No, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Jeremy. Jerry, I'm so excited, right? I was at a function last night and one of my friends literally flew in 2 days ago from Chicago. He was at the Bulls game where Giddy hit the game winner right in LeBron's face. I know you were there. Tell us the whole experience.
I actually shot that shot from half court. Josh, he's taking all the credit. Listen, here's the reality. I've been to your great country, and I've seen the way these pro teams play.
Yep.
And you guys are underrated. You guys have brilliant players, and they work their asses off. Can I swear on this show?
Absolutely.
No, we're live. No, don't. I'd rather you not. I'd rather you not.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, some
Sean, don't encourage him.
Sean does enough.
Look,
of that.
Josh is a legend.
Yeah.
He's an absolute legend, and he's also very humble. Like I don't know if you saw the interview after the game, but they
Yeah.
said, "How many game winners have you hit?" And he said, "Never, never hit one."
Yeah. Mate, he got the steal before then to set
Yeah.
the whole thing up off LeBron
Exactly.
again.
Yeah.
And you got the selfie. I saw that. So you're courtside. Imagine you just go up to him and go, "Can I get a quick selfie?" What does he ask you?
Well, you know what's kind of insane is that selfie has had 1 million views in a couple days.
Yeah.
Wow.
That shows you the power of like him stepping up. Like it was so dramatic. And by the way, look, I'm from Chicago.
Yep.
You know, I love my Bulls. We're the type of people that like, you know, we support our teams no matter what. And we're still holding on to the Chicago Bears winning the Super Bowl in '85 and Michael Jordan. And, you know, so we've got this, you know, DEI is alive and well in the United States in the way that for the first time we have a lot of white players playing in the NBA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, Josh is a total stud. He deserves it. And all those guys, they're hardworking dudes, and they're finally starting to get their flowers. I love it.
Yeah, awesome, mate.
Josh is a Melbourne boy. I believe you were in Melbourne last year and did a couple of stops, Adelaide, Sydney. Did you have a favourite and least favourite thing about Australia? A lot of people don't like certain bugs, insects, stuff like that.
You know, I'm not just saying this. The best shows I've done in my life were Melbourne at the State Theatre. No, sorry, Palais Theatre.
Yeah.
And then Sydney at the State Theatre.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they were my best shows because, first of all, those theaters are beautiful, and everyone was so present, and they got. It's like sometimes you go into a room and they're not necessarily getting the references.
Yep.
But in Australia, it was like we were all there together. They got all my references. That's why I literally was like, how soon can I come back?
Have you noticed Australians ever call you Jezza? Because that would be a very Australian thing to do to somebody called Jeremy. Has that happened to you?
Oh, no. I love it. I mean, the people from the UK call me that as well.
Yeah.
And I know. I'm going to be seeing Monty Franklin tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to be eating Vegemite and doing like his whole. I don't know if you've seen any of his clips. They're really funny.
Yeah.
He
He's really
teaches
good.
us how to be Australian.
Yeah.
Be careful with the Vegemite, Jeremy, because it's just a little brush of the Vegemite. And a lot of people, what we do internationally, everyone just lays
Slathers
it
it
on
on
thick, right?
like it's Nutella or
It's
something.
too much, mate. It's
Yeah.
too much. Be careful.
Baby steps.
Oh, I shall proceed with caution. But I mean, like, it says a lot about you guys that, like, I love the fact that you're very opinionated. Brands like Starbucks can't survive in Australia because you guys don't like viciously mediocre coffee.
It's true. It is true. But coffee, nobody messes with our coffee. We have very strong opinions about coffee.
I mean, about everything. I love that.
Hey, Jerry, I've seen a few interviews where you've mentioned the fact that people have come up to you along the journey about representing them as an agent. That must be... How many times do you reckon that's happened along the journey?
It hasn't happened a lot. For some reason, in this country, they have a hard time separating, fictional characters from reality. And I think a lot of guys thought that Entourage was a documentary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, I go to the UK and even Australia, and they go, look, they get that I'm an actor. You guys have a rite of passage, as they do in the UK. If you want to be an actor, you got to go about it in the proper way. And so I've done that my whole life, and I'm honored to act and to do stand up and to perform, and it's incredible. But over here, they get a little confused.
Have you ever gone along with it? Out of nowhere, just I can do that.
Let's organise a
Give us your
meeting.
number. It's going to cost you.
I have never done that, but that actually would be genius. And that actually would be a great stunt.
Yeah.
And just to play through, just like, go on a meeting with someone and just wear the suit. I would shave and play through as Ari Gold and film them until their head exploded.
Exactly.
Jeremy, I know that Ari Gold is clearly one of those standout characters that everybody is very familiar with. But is it my first experience? I don't know. It was a long time ago. My favourite show of yours that just came out of nowhere, because it happened to be on TV in the middle of the day, they only made 2 series of it, I believe, was when you were Cupid.
What?
It was a great show where you thought you were living in modern day LA and you thought that you were Cupid. And it was a really clever, great show.
Yeah, apparently we don't really embrace cleverness. We like to really go right for the kind of cliched, viciously mediocre, overdone, hacky.
Starbucks
You know what
TV.
I mean? Well, the Starbucks of TV. I want to really see Saved by the Bell again. You know what I mean?
Yes. Jeez, I watched a lot of that.
How about a Fuller House?
Yeah.
We saw the Fuller.
Yeah.
We want a Fuller House.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. I'm hearing.
What
I'm hearing you.
about a reboot of Welcome Back, Cotter?
Welcome back again.
Yeah. I mean, you're going deep into the bins now.
No, big time,
That's
big time.
true.
Stand-up show is at the Astor Theatre August 6th. What can we expect in a Jeremy Piven show?
Just a transformative energy where you will basically see the light and understand why you're here and get the clarity. No.
He's a guru.
That's Scientology,
Listen, man,
isn't it?
I had last time I was there, I had the Sushi Mango guys
Oh, yeah.
in the front row. at the Palais Theater.
Yeah.
And, here are guys that they tour all over Australia and they're just total legends. And I can look at them and they're laughing their asses off. And the thing about people in Australia is yes, they're very opinionated. They take their comedy very seriously. But if you crack through and you're genuinely funny and you're having a laugh with them, they're along for the ride. So I talk about what it's like, from my point of view, being on sets, having people come up to me and mistake me for Ari Gold. I can't wait to have this conversation with you guys where you've seen the comedy and I don't have to explain how funny I am, because I feel like I'm explaining a joke.
Yeah. You're telling us you're not viciously mediocre.
Yeah, it's like, you got to come and see it, because yes, it's observational stuff and I do impressions and I'm all over the map, but just to kind of explain it to you feels like I'm explaining a joke that you never heard.
No. I think we just take your word for it. It's going to be a great show. Nothing viciously mediocre about it at all. Astor Theatre, Wednesday, August 6th. Tickets are on sale now from tegdainty.com. Jeremy Piven, thank you so much for talking to us this morning.
I'll see you guys very soon.
Can't wait.
Good on you, Jeremy.
Thanks,
Let's go, Perth.
Let's go, brother.
We'll hug it the out.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
Stay out. Feel the fever this Suncorp Super Netball season and join the Green Army. Get your West Coast Fever tickets at Ticketek now.
All right, this is going to be massive. West Coast Fever are taking on the Sydney Swifts. It's the first match of the season this Sunday at RAC Arena. It's going to be huge.
Certainly is. Nat's going to be at the game in a box, including pre-game hospitality and courtside drinks. We want you to join her.
Yeah, we've got 2 callers. We're going to talk to Kayla and Lara. We're going to roll a giant box, which is our dice. There is a question on each number. Buzz in with your name. Get it right, you get a point. However, if we roll up the same number again, it's going to be the same question.
Yeah, that's right.
You get in quickly and get another point.
And buzzing in with your name is the key to success in this game. Let's check our contestants. In the blue corner, we have Kayla from Baldivis. Hi, Kayla.
Morning.
Hi, Kayla. We've got just, incidental questions here that you should be able to know off the top of your head. How do you feel with your general knowledge?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I trust Kayla.
Pretty
She
good.
sounds good.
Okay.
And you're up against Lara from Coverup. Hi, Lara.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Lara.
Lara, have you had a coffee this morning? You ready to go?
No, not yet.
Ooh.
But I feel ready.
She feels
Okay,
ready.
she feels ready.
She has
Okay,
stretched,
that's enough. She's feeling it.
stretched the mind.
All right, let's test your buzzers because they're all important in this game. Kayla,
Kayla.
Lara,
Lara.
they're working guys. You must buzz in with your name in order for us to take the answer, okay? Amy is on the dice this morning.
Wait, we're going to roll. Oh, what time it is?
Seems somewhat a bit late there, Ross.
All right.
Anyway.
It's number 4. Okay, let's hear question number 4. Shaun.
Here it is. Which famous singer played Glinda the Good Witch in Wicked?
Kayla.
Lara. Kayla.
Ariana Grande.
Grande!
On the board. Score check, Ross.
1-0. Kayla.
It's number 6. We've rolled up number 6. Okay, question number 6. Which famous female singer is known as Queen Bee?
Kayla. Lara.
Kayla.
Beyonce.
Yes.
Beyonce!
Score check.
2-0 to Kayla.
Okay. Question number 4 again. Which famous singer played Glinda the Good...
Kayla.
Ariana Grande.
Yes.
Lara, you're honestly just half a second
You're so
behind.
close, but not quite. Okay.
Kayla 1 away from the win.
Oh, all right, Amy, throw it again. It's question number 5. Which Australian animal is known for sleeping up to 22 hours a day?
Oh, I heard Lara.
Lara.
Strong.
Koala.
Yes, Lara.
On the board.
Could this be a comeback?
Hope so.
Question number 1.
What is the name of the talking green ogre's wife in Shrek?
Lara. Kayla.
Lara.
Fiona.
Princess
Yes, it is.
Fiona!
All right, we've got a comeback.
Kayla
We've got a
3,
game.
Lara 2. First to 4.
Next up, question number 4.
Kayla.
Yes, Kayla?
Ariana Grande.
She's done it. There it is. It's over.
Oh, no. Hey, Lara, good battle back, mate.
Super anticipation
Yes,
there, Kayla. Well
Kayla, well
done.
done,
Guess what,
mate.
Kayla? You are joining me on Sunday. We're heading to
Excellent.
RAC Arena. We'll be living it up in a box. We've got pre-game hospitality, courtside drinks. You and a friend to watch West Coast Fever take on the Sydney Swifts on Sunday. Everybody else grab your tickets by Ticket Tech. The Green Army will be in full force. I'll see you there, Kayla.
Thank you.
It's going to be a ripper.
Kayla will be saying Ariana Grande to
know,
anything
just-
disaster today. 3 of her 4 points came from that
It's
one
almost
question.
always the answer, as it turns out. Another round tomorrow.
Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
We're in the thick of an election campaign, and we've really suffered because a state election campaign straight into a federal one. It's like, give us a break.
Give us a break. I'm thinking that already. So we've got 32 days still to go, Nat. I'm not kidding.
We find the fun stories from it all. And
Yeah.
a couple of days ago, I'm sure you would have heard the independent federal MP, Andrew G, who... Andrew G.
Andrew G.
Wow, he's doing all right
Not
since
that
radio.
Andrew G.
Yeah.
He did a Facebook fail, right? So that if you missed it, what he did, he posted on his Facebook, this is what he wrote. It's day one and the dirty tactics have already started. This afternoon, a constituent contacted my office who told us that she had been cold called by a person, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't really matter what he says. The response is what got everyone talking. The response is from himself,
Yes.
but he doesn't realise it's from himself. So it says Andrew G MP replies, and it says, "Thank you," tags himself, Andrew G. "I am new to the area and have received multiple texts from the Nationals and seen nasty ads in the paper from the Teal mob. It has helped me see who is the good guy." So he's calling
Except he's
calling
done it
himself the good guy.
So he's obviously thought that he's answering under a different
Yeah, change of profiles and make myself look good.
different
instead.
account. The problem with this, of course, is that he can't say it was him. So who's he blamed?
Okay, so the update is a spokesperson said the comment was made without Mr. G's
Approval.
knowledge by a new member of his campaign team. And then
Yep.
it says the staff member is being provided with, quote, care and support after the incident.
Yeah.
Well, you don't
There's
have to
the
do
door,
anything.
buddy.
Yeah.
Take your stuff.
No. Well,
You're taking the
There
hit.
is no junior staffer, Shaun. You know that, right? It's him. It's him, for
So
sure.
he got exposed on the
That's just
socials.
so embarrassing.
You did something.
Well, I'm not that because I'm not running for parliament. It's
No.
nowhere
Yes.
near as
Yeah.
this. But so my years ago when we had a different producer, I was living in Subiaco. I slept in one morning and in a mad panic, I thought I texted Nick and said, "Oh my God, I've slept in. Be there soon," or "I'm on my way," I think is what
Okay.
I said. And so, the frantic, the very rushed shower and everything. And then I bulked down here. Luckily, I lived 2 minutes away. And I got here and Nick's like, "Oh, I was starting to worry that you weren't coming." I went, "I texted you." And he went, "No, I didn't get anything." I went, "Yeah, you did." And because I definitely sent it. And he looks at his phone, he goes, "No, there's nothing here." And I went, "Oh, that's weird." And then I realised a little while later that I'd actually just tweeted it.
So if you're following you, that's
all my
that's
followers
actually
are
really
like,
funny.
"It's a super relatable story now." Yeah.
And but it says
That's funny, Nat.
on Twitter. It says like, "What's on your mind?" or something. Like you're not
Yeah.
putting in the number or the name of the contact, so you really would have been fog brain to think.
Yeah, I was half asleep, obviously. Clearly what I've just hit something and a field to enter something's come up. Yeah.
That's great.
That's fine now. Well, I mean, he should have read
Thank
your
you.
Twitter.
Yeah, that's
it.
right. Why
That's
isn't he
all.
following every post that I put on Twitter at 5:15 in the morning? That's a great question. And so what I'm saying is to Andrew G, MP, it can happen to anyone.
This is the Nathan, Nat, and Shaun podcast.
This is a terrible story that came through yesterday about a house in Bertram that was gutted by fire.
Yes.
The worst thing about it was that there were house sitters in. And now
Yeah.
it's not their fault. It was an air conditioning unit, apparently. They think there's nothing suspicious about the fire whatsoever. It's not there. They didn't do anything wrong. They were fast asleep. In fact, the neighbours woke them up. Otherwise, they might have been victims to this. So thankfully, everybody got out alive. But also... Yeah,
Your house sitting.
The parents were on, the people that owned it were on holidays in Exmouth and their house is burnt down and you're the person who's in charge of it.
Yeah, I heard the daughter saying that, it's my parents' house, away in Exmouth having a good time.
And they really,
And the
really
house sitters.
deserved a holiday.
Holiday.
Oh.
Making the call as well.
I know, right?
That would not be fun.
That's a
not
really.
good.
What would you start with? Would you say, "Hey,
How's your holiday?
Ross, how's things going?"
I think.
Do you start
I
with
think
that?
oh, yeah.
Or do
Hey,
you
how-
come in hard?
No, I'd say, how's your holiday? I do got to tell you something. After they're like, yeah, it's great.
No,
it's going
that's
good.
not how you do it. This is how you do it, right? You should go, so how's the holiday going? What's the weather like? Is it warm up there? Yeah, it's been pretty warm here too.
Okay. What about this? I know you're on holidays, but have you caught any of the news lately? The house that burnt down.
Oh, Shaun, you leant on your microphone cough button.
Yeah, that house that burned down in Bertram. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was yours.
See ya.
There's no good way to do it, is
Yeah.
it? And when it happens on your watch and you've been trusted with their houses, it's like, because obviously I go away a lot, and my house sitter is a friend of mine who does an amazing job. And she looks after my animals, because I don't really care about the house, that's insured, but the animals are everything.
Yeah.
And one time I think this is when I was on that Scandinavian trip, she sent me a message saying, all's well here. I went, oh, that's great. A little picture of the cat and the dog. Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
And then I reckon 10 minutes later, she went, actually, and then sent me a photo of my cat's butt that had a gaping wound on it.
Oh, my God, Natalie.
Gaping wound right next to her butthole.
She had 2 buttholes.
She had 2 buttholes all of a sudden. She did not have 2 buttholes when I left. So
Okay.
this was a fairly
Siamese
serious
butthole.
development. And it was nighttime, because so she took her to the vet the next day. Cat required surgery, so they think somehow she'd had an abscess so they thought she got in a fight. I find that very hard to believe. She's a lover, not a fighter. But she might have, I've got a lot of bougainvillea, so she might have caught herself on some bougainvillea, had a cut that then grew into an abscess but she's got a fluffy butt. Normally you don't see it, and then the abscess has burst and left her with a gaping wound next to
Stop saying gaping. I just.
My Lord. I've just got down some
stop saying
scrambled eggs
butthole,
then,
but happened on her watch. I came home to a $1,500 vet bill. You know, that's fine. The cat's fine. Everybody's happy. But that's not what you want to happen on your watch.
No.
Because also it looks sus. Looks like you've done something sus to the cat's butthole. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. I don't want to hear it again, but I did hear you loud and clear.
What happened on your watch?
That's
Were you
right.
in charge of someone else's house or someone else's animals? What happened?
We're going to catch up with Beth now. G'day, Beth.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Morning,
Good.
Beth.
This
What hap-
resonates with you, mate.
Yeah, what happened on your watch, Beth?
It's terrible. We had to get somebody's dog put down while they were on holiday.
Oh, that's not a great call to make. What happened?
No, it's the worst. So we didn't even know them. It was a family friend of a friend. We got asked to house it, so we're like, yeah, that's fine. We got there and they said, oh, by the way, our dog unfortunately had cancer, but she's fine. We were like, okay, that's fine. Like, just tell us what you need to do. She was like, it's just 1 tablet a day. We've just changed the medication as of last week. So we were like, okay, that's fine. Like, gave the dog medication, dog was fine. They flew out to Thailand for 2 weeks. The next day, the dog just went full depressed. Did not want to take the medicine. We were putting it in everything. We were putting it in ham and cheese and everything to try and get this dog to get the medication. Wouldn't take it. We rang the vets because they gave us the vet's number.
Yeah.
Explained what happened. The vets asked us to bring the dog in. We took the dog in and literally that day, so the next day, like after they left, they said, I'm sorry, we're going to have to put this dog down. And we had to call the owners and tell them that we were currently at the vet with their dog who was being put down right away.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
How were they?
Not great. They were very thankful of us. Like, we were so upset. Obviously, we actually couldn't even stop crying. It was horrible.
Oh, yeah, that's awful.
We just felt so bad. And then, yes, obviously they were just very grateful. They were grateful of their vet and everything. And then, obviously, we were like, do you want us to stay in the house still?
And I said,
Like, we didn't
absolutely
really
not.
know.
Absolutely not. Take your stuff and get out before you do something else.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, unfortunately, we had to have somebody's dog sit down.
Oh,
Sorry to hear, Beth.
That's grim.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, terrible story. What a downer, Shaun.
that's right. We're looking to get something a bit funnier, hopefully, with Sarah from Joondalup. Sarah,
Hi, Sarah.
what have you got for us?
Hey, Sarah.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Oh, what happened on your watch,
I
Sarah?
was
I was about 18 or 19, and I was house sitting for friends of a friend, and it was beautiful 2-story mud brick mansion in the Adelaide Hills at the time.
Wow.
And they had 2 lovely, Australian Shepherd puppies. And so they went away, I think, into state or something, and it was winter. There was no heating, so they said, feel free to use our fireplace.
Oh,
so
cool.
me, one morning, must have been a weekday morning, trying to light this fireplace. Turns out they hadn't had their chimney cleaned in a number of years, and I smoked out the entire house, and all the windows were locked. I couldn't figure out how to open the windows. I was worried about giving the dogs and myself smoke inhalation, so I had all these doors open, and I'm trying not to let the dogs outside, and then they came back from holidays about a week later after I'd frozen my butt off for 2 more weeks, and I mentioned to them, I was like, just letting you know, I don't think the fireplace is working properly, or maybe it was just me, and they're like, we probably should have had that chimney cleaned. Hey, yeah, we forgot about that.
Do you think?
Sarah,
Wow.
was the house dead? How long
yeah.
did it take to get the smoke out of the house?
Probably a good couple of hours. I think I must have been on uni holidays or something, so I had a whole day ahead of me. But, yeah, I just had all the doors open. But, of course, it's winter, so it's freezing out.
Yeah,
and I've got all these bifold doors open, trying to get all the smoke out. It probably looked like I was burning down their house to all their neighbours.
The smoke sticks around, that smell as well. So
Yeah,
that could
Yeah,
have
definitely.
given that. But they did tell you, go for it. So, that's kind of on there, right?
That's on them.
Yeah, they brought me firewood in and everything before they left to make sure that it was all ready to go, and I had, firelighters and all those kinds of things, newspaper,
jiffies.
everything to get it started.
Heap of petrol?
There's all the evidence there to suggest it's going to be fine to start a fire.
No.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Sarah.
Hey, Ross, can you start a fire?
Yeah,
I know Natalie
love
can.
it. Yeah, it's about doing a little teepee.
No, it's not. It's about using metho. We've got another Sarah. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
All right,
Good, Sarah.
What happened on your watch?
Well, it wasn't on my watch. Someone was watching my house and my pets, my daughter's pet. We went for a family holiday to Rottnest, and my daughter's friend kindly said that she'd come over and feed the cat and the rabbit. And then we were on Little Salmon Bay. We kept getting these calls. Obviously, the connections over in Rottnest not the best.
No, they're not.
So we sort of got half a message. We knew it was my daughter's friend, so we were like, something's wrong. She wouldn't be, ringing us on holiday. So anyway, we sort of got the next bus, and we finally got her call, and she'd backed over the cat in the driveway, and she was trying to save it, obviously, but we eventually had to. It was a pretty old cat, so we had to. We spent the bus trip back to Thompson Bay crying our eyes out. I don't know, the whole bus were looking at us, what's going on. So, we had to ask her to get it put down. It was pretty awful.
Terrible. So sorry,
not
Sarah.
fun. Sorry.
No.
Another massive downer, Sarah. Thank you.
Sorry. I mean, the cat was pretty old. It was on a desk where she used to sit in the middle of the road anyway.
You think she was just saying, just end it for me, Sarah? Somebody.
I want out.
The neighbour actually came over to me the other day and said, whatever happened to your cat? And she used to lie in the middle of the road, and they used to get out and move it out onto the verge.
Yeah, shoot to the putt,
No.
He said, well, she lied on the middle of the road one too many times.
Another tragic tale.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Were you guys just counting in another language?
No,
It's hard to explain.
it's hard to explain how boring Ross is. That's what.
I just said I was in bed last night thinking about how the numbers 11, 12, 13 don't conform with all the other numbers, where it should be like 10, 1, 10, 2, like 22.
Okay.
And then Nat said, well, you should hear the French. And you said?
Oh, the way French say like 97 is that they would say, this is so dull. Like 4/20/17 is the way that they say 97.
What do you think, Shaun?
4:20. Oh, okay. Okay.
Anyway, you are
That's
right.
translated.
All
but
right.
yeah.
This is exactly why we're all going to lose our jobs. moment.
Ross, you're not to talk anymore.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Pens down, heads up. It's time for a course clash. Nathan, Nat and Shaun's banter has nothing on the universe of possibilities waiting for you at Curtin Open Day on April 6th. Search Curtin Open Day to find out more.
Up the grabs. We've got $1,000 cash to celebrate Curtin University Open Day on Sunday.
Certainly do. Danny and Dave are going to battle it out this morning. We'll start with you. Danny, good morning.
Morning, guys. How you going?
Awesome.
Danny, did you go to uni?
I did go to uni,
Oh, what did you study?
a Bachelor of Education.
Good
I'm a
one.
teacher.
You're a teacher, so still a teacher to this day?
I'm still a teacher. I'm sitting at my desk right now.
Oh, good on you, Danny.
High school or primary school?
Primary.
Caring.
Yeah.
That's what that says to
They're
me.
still cute.
Very caring.
They're still cute, aren't they?
They are cute.
And you're up against Dave from Woodvale. Morning, Dave.
Morning.
Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Shaun. And Bosco. What a treat.
Oh,
The man, the myth, the legend.
No one says that, but thank you, Dave. Is this Dad? Thanks,
Good
Dave.
work, Dave.
Dave, did you go to university, my friend?
Dumb as a post, Natalie. Dumb as a post.
But, you've got just
Street smart.
your oozing personality, Dave, so
what you
that
need.
makes up for it.
Hopefully.
Danny, you got through first, so you get to choose your course, okay? On the one hand, we have the Bachelor of Science, Exercise and Sports Science, which is questions about all things sport. Or,
Okay.
Shaun?
Oh. I was just reading a question. Or Bachelor of Design, design logo and creativity trivia.
Oh, dear. I'll go sport.
All right. That means, Dave, you're on the Bachelor of Design. Okay.
dear.
I know you're going to take turns getting questions. You'll each get 5 questions. At the end of it, we'll see who's winning. If we need a tiebreaker, we will have a tiebreaker, okay? Danny, you're up first. Did you want to ask the sport question, Shaun?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Danny, first question. Which country hosted the 2016 Summer Olympics?
Oh, gosh.
Quick.
Italy?
It was not Italy.
Brazil.
Brazil, Rio.
yeah.
Remember Rio? All right, Dave,
beach there.
your first question about design. Which colour is often associated with feelings of calmness and is commonly used in healthcare design?
Blue?
Dave's on the board, everybody.
Go.
Score check, Roscoe.
Dave 1, Danny 0.
Against the odds too, just quietly.
Next
okay,
question for
Danny,
Danny.
here we go. In tennis, what is the term for a score of 40-40?
It's juice.
Yes, it is.
Oh, well done, Danny. I was worried
Well
about
done,
you there
mate.
for a
Yeah, we're going to
second.
say
Okay.
we'll take the kids off you.
I mean, that's a bit harsh, but... okay, Dave, your next question. Which beverage brand is known for its classic glass bottle design with the red and white logo?
Coke? Coca-Cola?
Yes, you're absolutely right, Dave. Dave knows his stuff.
Danny, your question.
I'm a fan.
What is the maximum score possible in a single frame of 10-pin bowling? The maximum score possible.
In a single, sorry, what?
In a single frame of 10-pin bowling.
Gosh. 30.
Oh, can I take that one?
Pull that from nowhere, didn't you?
Dave, did you know that one?
I'm only joking. Yeah, no. I would have got that.
Sure he would've. Sure he
Dave spent a
would've.
lot of time in the alleys. Okay, your next question, Dave. What is the name of the most famous serif font often used in books and newspapers?
Oh, can I buy it now? The font, you say?
Yes, the font.
Nah, black and white, I don't know. No,
I don't know
idea.
fonts.
It's Times New Roman is the answer.
Did you know that?
Yes.
No, yeah.
Come on.
That's,
I mean,
that's
hey.
tough.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
2 all.
Oh, it's 2 all. It's tied up. Okay.
Here we go. Question 4 for Danny. In what sport is the term hole-in-one used?
Oh,
Goal.
Dave living.
Easy. Dave's hating that.
just make it a little bit harder.
Just, Dave, you had a question about Coke. Shut up. Okay. Dave.
Yeah, fair enough.
Dave, your next question. Which famous building in Paris is known for its glass pyramid entrance?
The Louvre?
Yeah, see, Dave, it's still salty now. Come on, that was easy.
Free kick, that was.
Three
I wouldn't
apiece.
say that was easy.
3 apiece. We've got a tight tussle.
Okay, next question for Danny. What is the nickname of Australia's men's national rugby union team?
Oh, gosh.
Got it.
Dave.
Can't Danny get
Quick,
this?
Danny, quick.
Australia, is that what you said?
Yeah, Australia's
Sorry,
men's
the Wallabies.
team.
Oh, it is the Wallabies.
Dave.
Dave.
It's all right.
How's that clock, huh?
I know. Gave it 20 minutes, Dave.
Dave, you get this. You got to get this to stay in it.
Dave.
Could have Googled it.
Dave.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, slowly out.
What software is most commonly used for photo editing?
Instagram or something.
Photoshop, mate. It's Photoshop.
But, okay. Yeah, maybe I could use my head like that.
Which means Danny.
Dave, you blew it, mate. You blew it.
Last question.
Oh, that cost you $1,000
okay. Well done, Danny.
That's the spirit.
Thanks, Dave.
Dave, you're entertaining.
No
You
drama.
love your personality, so I mean, you got home with nothing.
And you gave Ross a rap,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is good news.
Thanks, Dave.
Got you nowhere, but you did. Danny, you've scored $1,000 cash to celebrate Curtin
thanks,
University's
guys.
open day on Sunday. Well played.
Thank you. Love you too, Ross.
Yes. We got it.
I think she meant it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Can I tell you about something that happened to me on the weekend?
Yes.
As you know, I went to Melbourne for the weekend.
For your
Had a long
birthday.
weekend. My birthday was on Monday. But the reason I actually went was for somebody else's birthday. It was another mate of mine. Big birthday party at their house. Gorgeous night. They live in a very nice house in Melbourne and it's got a beautiful little outdoor area. So they had a margarita bar and there was, somebody churning out pizzas in the driveway.
Oh,
and there was
lovely.
a great crowd. And we all went to uni together. I've known the guy. I went to uni with his wife, but I've known him because they got together when she was at uni. So we've been friends for 30 years.
Incidentally, do you like a spicy margarita?
I
did they
prefer
have
just
them?
a regular margarita. You know, I'm a classicist.
Yeah, you are.
It's not easy to say with the lisp.
Is that actually a word?
Or after 4 margaritas. We're having a great time and because there was a gang of about, half a dozen of us
Yep.
that
All wearing
all
black.
went to uni together and various partners and husbands and things. And so we took a few photos and it was really lovely. And one of my friends who took all the photos, she sent them through the next morning. And I thought, that's nice, put up a post on Instagram. And then I got a call from that girl that had sent me the photo saying, I don't think we're supposed to be posting about this. I went, okay. Oh, okay. I had no idea. But
What's the reason?
The girl whose house it was, whose husband, she's already liked the post. She didn't say anything, and she went, "Oh, no, she specifically asked me several times not to post any pictures." And I went, "Oh, okay." And so I took the post down, and the reason was because there's another girl that we went to uni with who hadn't been invited to the party, and they didn't want her to see it, and realise that she hadn't been invited. And I'm like, "So why didn't they just invite her?" And they went, "No, because she can just be a bit overwhelming, especially if she's had a few drinks, like just."
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you've got that one friend who kind of just gets in arguments with people or kind of just with a couple under their belt is not the best company. And she's this girl, right?
So she never got a Guernsey. She wouldn't have known about the party.
And so then we all had to keep it a secret. So I'm like, luckily I didn't put it on Facebook, I put it on Instagram, and I'm like, she doesn't follow me, but I had tagged in other people that she might have followed. So it's possible the algorithm could have fed it to her.
So you don't know
It's
if
a lot
she
to
saw
think
it or
about.
not.
I don't know if she saw it or not. I took it down. I took it down because I'm a good friend and I want to be invited to things in the future. But and also maybe it's just a numbers thing as well. You can't invite everybody, and
especially the loud ones.
They invited me and probably thought that I wouldn't go.
Prove them
I'm
wrong.
like, yeah, sure. I'll come from Perth to Melbourne for a party. Why not? But yeah, it is a bit of a minefield when there's somebody who hasn't been invited and everybody else has, and then you got to keep it a secret. Is that bad?
No, that happens all
There's
the time.
There's always some. You can't invite everybody, right? So you have to draw the line at some point.
I remember Nathan telling a story about when one of his friends he met it was at the shop or something. They were buying all that seafood.
Yes.
They're having a dinner party.
Yes.
And
And
he wasn't.
he said it's couples only.
Oh.
Didn't get invited. Couples, because eating seafood is a thing that you can only do with your loved one.
That's right.
Apparently. Yeah, I know. Not getting invited, it does suck if it's happened to you. But if you're the person who has to draw up that invitation list, and weddings are a hotbed of this, because you can't invite everyone to your wedding. It's
No,
just not-
okay. Yeah, no, you can't. But,
There's a limit with numbers usually and cost. They're two very important factors.
but in this case, this person wouldn't have known this party was taking place.
Yeah, weddings you can't really hide, all right? So they're going to know
it's
they're not
true.
invited.
Yeah.
But if the shindig goes on and you haven't invited a person and they find out that they're not invited and this has happened behind their back.
It's tough,
That's
isn't
the
it?
way you see it, because it's happened behind your back.
Oh, yeah, it's happened behind your back. And it's obvious that you haven't been invited, because otherwise you would have known about it and been there.
Well, 90% of the functions you guys have, I'm not invited.
Yeah, no, we know. We've put in a complaint about the other 10%.
Hey, Ross.
Here's Chelsea. Hello, Chelsea.
Hey, Chels.
Hello, everyone.
All right, Chelsea. Did you not get invited, or did you not invite someone? What happened?
I didn't get invited. So my best friend, it was her 21st, and she was flying to Bali with her family
Yep.
to have a little birthday over there in Bali. And at the time, there was like 4 of us in our group our friendship group.
Yes.
4 girls. And I found out via Instagram story that the other 2 had flown to Bali to surprise her for her 21st, but didn't invite me.
Didn't mention it to you.
Oh,
That's rough.
Chels, what did you do? Did you send him a cheeky message?
Yeah. I was like, when did this happen? And they were like, we just didn't think you would be able to come. And I was like, oh, okay. No, you could have asked.
Yeah, I would have liked to have made that decision myself.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Are you still friends with them?
I am, yeah.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
she's a very forgiving person, Chelsea. I'd invite her places.
They're playing the long game.
Apparently, I'm the only one. Thanks, Chels. We're going to call this person Claire.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, how you going?
Good,
Great,
Claire.
Now, did you not invite somebody, or were you the uninvited?
I was the uninvited.
Oh, dear. Okay, what happened?
I received a text message with a photo of 2 hands wearing wedding rings.
Yeah.
Saying we got married, and it was my mother.
Oh, Claire. That hurts. Just a surprise. Did you know she had a partner for a while? Did you meet this person?
No, I knew there was a partner, of course, but yeah, I was at her house the day before the wedding, and not a word.
She
was
didn't
spoken
mention
about
it at all. So, obviously, were there other people got invited to this wedding, or was it one of those, like elopement, which is them?
Yeah, it's like at a registry, but of course they
Still.
had to have witnesses and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They didn't want you to witness it.
You'd think you'd get a Guernsey as the daughter, wouldn't you?
You would hope so, Nat.
I wish you'd think you get something, even just be aware of it.
Did you follow up with a wedding present after that, or you just go, nah, you didn't invite me, nothing?
I didn't even respond to the message.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
That's tough. That's not being invited
yeah.
to your own mother's wedding. It's tough. Thanks, Claire. Tina's in Sorrento. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Great,
Tina.
Teens. Did you not get invited?
Invited and then uninvited.
Oh, what happened?
Was invited to my nephew's 21st, and I get on well with that side of the family, but there's a particular family member that really doesn't have anything to do with us, and he got invited, and I was told best not to come because he's coming.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, Tina.
Yeah, well, especially when you've been in their life for their whole life,
Yes.
and the other party hasn't. But anyway,
They chose him over you.
yeah.
Oh, Tina.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for rubbing it in,
I'm
Ross.
just clarifying.
We're about to move
No,
on.
it's all good now. It's all good. It's all good now.
Happy
Put things
days.
into perspective sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, that's a great attitude, Tina. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Shaun podcast.
Tomorrow on the show, not 1 but 2 chances to join me at the netball on Sunday in a courtside box and with pre-match hospitality.
That's so good.
Yeah.
$1,000 with course clash.
It's tough to say. You got to think about it, don't you?
I couldn't.
One of those courses should be speech pathology, shouldn't it?
Money
I'll
up
take
for
it.
grabs tomorrow.
Righto.
All right, and if you missed it, we will replay Jeremy Piven as well because what an entertaining fella. And he's headed our way.
Yeah, Ari Gold from Entourage, and he swears at the end, which is fun. So
Yeah,
check
so
that out.
stick around for that. Truso, hello.
Hey, morning, guys.
Truso, can we talk about you and Jordan Clark, please?
My favourite docker.
And we know that why.
Because I have got a Geordie Clark card on my lanyard at the moment.
So you wore his footy card around your neck in front of him and pointed it out.
To be fair, I've had it on all week. We usually... Because these lanyards all look the same at work, and you're not allowed to put anything on there that could identify that it's with Nova, so people don't take it. So just to make sure it was mine, usually I've got a Pokemon card or something hanging on there.
Even cooler.
And we packed this on the weekend, had a Geordie Clark card, and look, after he did so well and kicked that goal, and he's my favourite. So it was nice to talk a bit of footy with him.
Yeah. Is that a card that's a next level card, or is that a
standard one? I looked it up. It was worth about 80 cents.
What about if he signs it for you? Does that add to the value or decrease from it?
I might have to get a signature. Then it would be priceless.
Well, Shaun McManus can sign it for you. Does that count for anything?
That'll take the price right down.
It would be a one of one. A Shaun McManus signed Geordie Clark card I don't think is out there. So we might have a business model there, guys.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.